Brand new episode, brand new week.
Kenzie on the mic.
What, baby?
Flamingos podcast.
Podcast, man. That's a shit. Let's go.
You just tuned into the Flamingos podcast. This is Yad.
Kenzie on the mic.
And a web.
And it's on
Today we have with us.
Fahem.
Oh, that's
the one
it.
and only.
That's it.
Put some
That's
flair
it?
into it, fam. Bro, come on, bro.
Just go hard, man. Just say it.
I'm a very humble guy, man.
Bro, it's not about
Very
being humble.
You know what it is.
We have here with us Fahem, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate the love.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate
Say
it.
it out loud. You're not proud of your name or what?
Nah, but you know me, man. I'm very low
I
key.
don't
I
know
work in the
you,
background.
No, we're
You're
not.
about to get to know me.
We're
That's
not
what
low
we're
key,
here for, right? That's
We're
what
not
we're
low key
for.
here. Yeah.
So
We're not here to be low key.
Okay, I get you.
this is day 3 from Bred Event. Once again and again and again, I want to give shout outs, and I know the sun is hitting on me. It's hitting on me.
I'm cool, man. I'm in the shade.
But this is day 3.
Yep.
2 wild days so far. Anyone disagrees over here?
No, it's been amazing, man.
It's
The
been
first
great.
day was great.
Yeah.
For our first event, I think we've done a great job. Today's supposed to be a banger, so
It's a weekend.
let's
Start of the
see, man.
weekend.
Exactly.
You know,
It's
it's,
Friday, so
So we're expecting a lot.
Yes.
A lot might happen today.
yeah.
There's a celebrity basketball game as well today that we're gonna be attending.
This is gonna be fun.
There's too many activities that are happening today. This is gonna be I think wild today.
Yeah.
100%.
High expectations. I'm still not tired. I'm energetic, but as you can see, my voice starting to struggle.
Because of all the yelling. Of course.
'Cause we've been partying, bro. Come on.
Yo, 2 Chainz was wild.
He was
Hey.
wild.
2 Chainz
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
I missed
wild.
that.
Did you guys go to the after
You
party,
missed it.
buddy?
I missed it,
No,
yeah.
didn't.
Nah?
I was too tired. Just went back home. I was like, you know what? This is why I'm energetic right now.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I
You
didn't
got some
attend the after party.
Okay.
But that's why I'm here
I-
today.
I didn't
Why-
go either. I'm just asking.
That's why you're here today. So,
We thought you were going to tell us about it.
Nah. I wish.
but
I
yo,
was too tired.
Fahem, for those that don't know you, never heard of who Fahem is,
Okay.
give us a quick intro.
Okay. So my name is Fahem. I was originally I'm from the Netherlands, born and raised in Amsterdam. People think I'm Arab. I'm actually South American.
Yeah, you definitely look at it.
Small little country on top of Brazil. Came in Dubai
What's it
around
called? That's not.
Suriname.
You even
Fair
forgot the
enough.
name of the
I
country.
forgot the name. That's how I introduce it because people don't know it anyway.
Oh, but what's
You
it
know what I
called?
mean? Have you heard of it?
What is it called?
Suriname.
Suriname.
Suriname. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Have you?
Bro, we studied geography in our
Okay.
schools, bro.
You're one of the few.
It's not
No,
geography. It's
no,
One of
FIFA.
the few.
He got
yeah,
it. He got it from FIFA. He knows it from FIFA.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I bet.
But we don't have a football team, but a lot of the
See?
players.
He fell.
I caught you slipping. I'm sorry.
He fell into it.
No. But a lot of the players that play for PSG and whatever, they're Surinamese.
Yeah.
So our people is out there.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
So I came in Dubai in like 2018.
All right.
Started working for Stussy Carhartt, the distributor here. Help manage the brand in the region.
Sorry, what's the brand name?
Stussy and Carhartt.
Okay.
One of the first streetwear brands that really got involved into hip hop, grew out in the US, and then now, one of the biggest streetwear brands globally. From there on out, I moved to Frame in the Design District, one of the
Okay.
first real skate shops, I would say, that were brought in real skate brands, brought in Japanese brands. So I helped them set up and, get across online channels.
Nice.
Did that for about a year.
So is it
moved
more
to-
of what you do is management somehow?
So, man, to be honest, I don't put myself in a box. There's a lot I do.
A creative?
Creatively, I'm very out there. Unfortunately, I can't speak too much of it. I have an NDA, which got me in trouble when I was working at Concepts.
Oh, so you worked at Concepts as well?
I worked at Concept. I managed Concept for about a year. And then I opened a sneaker reselling shop actually in City Walk. Did that for about a year as well. So every year I've been transitioning
From
into a new position.
How's that
I've,
CV looks?
I've heard it looks impressive.
But how many pages is that?
I kept it brief. Like I told you, I'm very humble. I kept it a one pager.
Oh man, look at
People
this
who
guy.
know. I mean, I just have to point you to the stores, right?
Okay,
Go to
okay,
Concepts,
that's
go to Frame.
Ask about me here and there. I'm
I mean,
everywhere.
that's how it is. I don't talk too much. I let my work speak for me.
But look at you, mashallah, you're
Um,
talking.
No, I'm talking, man. No. I get, sometimes you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah,
And,
that's great.
appreciate you guys for doing this for me. But yeah, so what I do, I've really been into fashion for over a decade. Retail management, online management, from Amsterdam to Tokyo, lived a bit in Tokyo.
And what inspired you to get into fashion from the beginning? Like,
Well, fashion has always been a form of expression for me. I was about 13 when I started designing like t-shirts, pants, just for the sake of it, behind my computer, just for fun, you know, making it on Illustrator. Never produced anything, but it was just a way for me to express myself.
Okay.
I've taught myself how to use a sewing machine. Had a company in Amsterdam that was making like custom hats.
Okay.
Did that with New Era for a bit. Sold the company in
Sorry,
2000.
how old are you?
I'm 30.
wow.
I've been working since I was 14 years old, man.
Wow.
It's been a tough
I
childhood.
understand that
but,
because I actually started working when I was 15.
I mean, that's where you're supposed to start working, man.
I swear.
You know, I was.
But looking at your CV and stuff that you've been doing, the brands and all of that, yo, it's a story that when you sit down with someone who's maybe 40 something,
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
sit down with you and tell you, you know,
Or I did this with
I
that.
oh,
did
I
that,
used
man,
to
I did
do
this.
the work with this and work with that. You
No,
know,
I
all
get
of
it.
that. But at 30,
I mean, I've been very blessed, man, to get in these
Alhamdulillah,
positions.
yeah.
I've been able to meet the right people to, you know, get these opportunities given to me, and I made the best out of it.
And when it comes to inspiration for fashion,
Yeah.
who's your Mount Rushmore of
Man, I would have to say Nigo and Pharrell, they're my go-to guys. I mean, Nigo started the whole game for everyone, right?
Okay.
And then kind of you had these Japanese designers following, Jun Takahashi from Undercover.
Yeah.
Then you had Hiroshi Fujiwara from Fragment. So these guys kind of set the base for everyone, right? So I've been following them since I was very young. And then when I moved to Japan, this was like a whole. Japan is it's not a country; it's a different planet, man.
True.
And it's full of inspiration.
never
Everywhere
been
you
there,
go,
and I hate
Oh,
to
man.
judge
everybody
have
that
to go.
ever
up
went
to
there
what
said
people
so.
tell me. Yet,
Yeah.
that's what
You
I'm
need to
saying.
I
experience it
believe
yourself.
When I tell people about Japan, they don't get it. The street is so clean, I can eat off it. You know what I mean? But people don't understand. But you have to go there to really experience what it's like. And going to Japan and living there for a while really like helped me develop myself, got more inspirational, got more, you know, ambition, got the drive to really go out and create something. And that's where we are today. You know, I've been blessed to meet Fuad and Rahav Duet. They kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone. And now we're organizing Bred Festival.
yes. Let's start talking about that. You work with Fuad and Rah.
Yeah.
Now, don't talk too much about them because we're gonna sit down with them.
All right,
we'll have a whole
I'll keep it
also
short.
session with them. But so when you first came to Dubai
Yeah.
in 2018,
Yeah.
how was it here for you? At the start, how was the industry itself?
In the
When you
beginning,
first
I expected a bit of a culture shock because from what I know from Dubai back in the Western world, it's where the gold is, where the diamond is. Everybody lives a luxury lifestyle, but that's just a small part of it. When you go to data and whatever, it's very like, you know, what real life is supposed to be. So seeing that, I was kind of brought back to like, okay, it's actually normal here. It's not that crazy. And then working for these streetwear brands, I kind of felt like, okay, this is an up-and-coming place.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know
There's a lot of potential here.
Exactly. Not a lot of people know yet about streetwear brands or how the culture is. It was just at a period where Yeezys were like up and coming.
Yeah.
Right? People started getting to these kind of shoes, started reselling it. So I've kind of seen it grow from a hype, you know, with Travis Scott, Kanye, to kind of like now more where people wanted to create their own brands
Yeah.
and do their own thing. Right? So I've seen it turn into more of a creator economy. So
That's
which kind of showed me like, okay, Dubai is a place not of flashing, but it's more of, you know, getting out there and create your own stuff now.
And let's talk about, so in 2018, when did you meet Fuad and Raha?
So I actually met Fuad in 2019. Funny story is I was looking for a new job. I've heard about Level Shoes and me being into sneakers. I walked into Level Shoes once and I was like, nah, this ain't it. Level Shoes is supposed to be, you know how you have Kith in New York. When you go to New York, you want to visit Kith. When you go to Japan, you want to visit Babe.
Yeah.
You know, Level Shoes being the homegrown concept of Dubai, I didn't have that feeling like, yo, I want to go and visit Level Shoes.
Okay.
So when I walked in there, I was like, yo, I can bring a lot to Level Shoes. I want to work here and I want to bring change. That's how I kind of met Fuad because he's one of the creators of Level Shoes. Started talking with him to get me a job there, but he always advised against me because he saw kind of my potential. He heard a lot of stories about me and he was like, don't do it. Don't go into corporate. Stay where you are and you're going to see yourself where you're going to go and what you can do. So I appreciate him for that.
Don't you think that going through a corporate life would give you a jump start for your own later on?
No, I don't think so. I feel like, so I consider myself as a creative entrepreneur.
Okay.
I feel, from what I've seen from my friends and my peers, that corporate kind of kills your creativity.
There are certain restrictions, right?
There
But
are.
then it gives you a certain leverage in other stuff.
It does, but it
As
depends.
long as you know your way out,
Yeah. No,
I believe it's something good.
It depends what you want to do, which field you want to go to, right? So if you're really in that, like say, I mean, Shalhoub Group is a good example. They're into fashion. For anyone wanting to create a business in fashion, then definitely Shalhoub is a good start for you because it gives you the basic on how to run, how to distribute, how to sell.
you learn, yeah.
Right, exactly. So it's good.
Fundamentally.
But yeah, but if you're an artist working in a corporate, you're not gonna learn anything what you can do with your art. Right. So it really depends on the field.
But maybe how to market, maybe how to.
100%. No, 100%.
Yeah.
But then you have to be, lucky enough to be in those positions where you learn that. And it just in corporate, it takes such a long time to grow. It takes many years, man. And for me, being able to jump different companies so fast in different positions, it just allowed me to learn faster and to jump into, creating a business of my own and push start that to what it is today.
Dope.
I mean?
No, yo, that the sitting
was
down
epic,
here
man.
and listening to this,
That's
Impressive.
it's a lot of
That's
hustle,
right.
a lot of grind, a lot of.
No, I
I
mean,
can only imagine,
Right.
It's something that is great. So now in Bred, finally an event that it never happened before in Abu Dhabi.
it's long overdue.
Yeah,
It's long overdue.
it's for people like us who we are from Abu Dhabi.
Right, right.
We've been in our show talking about that we need something like this happening.
Definitely.
We need,
No, 100%.
this will bring on the culture together. This will bring, everybody together, blah, blah. And it finally happened.
Alhamdulillah, we're here today.
Alhamdulillah.
It's an amazing
First of all,
event. So
Tell us about your involvement over here, what you're doing, and, eventually we're going to talk about Bred as an overall
right.
culture.
So I'm one of the fashion curators for Bred. We've curated with Fuad and Raha the retail space. So we brought in a couple of brands from Saudi, from Tunisia, Morocco, basically all over the region. The whole goal for that was to really highlight brands that are here in the region and introduce them to the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, Hypebeast being an international name, having millions of eyes on them, instead of following to tradition where we bring international brands to Dubai or to the UAE. What has been done already, we
Yeah.
wanted to really showcase what's in the
what's
region
in here.
and show the US, show Japan, show Europe that we have crazy talent here,
Yeah.
and you guys need to watch this because it's up and coming. So that was really our goal to make that happen in this retail space, and I think we've done that successfully.
You did.
We
Mashallah.
know-
you
No,
guys-
no,
you
no,
guys
for
did a
real.
pretty good
Knock
job.
on
Yeah.
wood, the retail area is
Thank you.
something
It's amazing.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
that every time that so anyone that comes with me walk in, I make sure we go in diagonally.
Right.
We don't just walk. I want to take them through.
Yeah, as you
know?
should.
Exactly.
As you should.
And then I come and meet them, for example, over here.
Right.
So for them to look at, it's a dope space.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What
No,
about
we-
have there been any because it's not an easy feat to have something like this organized, this
Yeah.
prepared. So were there any challenges, any difficulties that were faced during, I don't know, with
I mean, there's a lot of challenges when it comes to this, man, because see, all of the brands are new brands.
Watch out for the NDA,
They're
though.
just we're past that. We're past that. We're all good. We're all
too
good.
late,
No. So these brands are all new. They're all emergent. So they don't know what it takes to really, have a proper structure on running your business, right?
Okay.
So we had to, babysit them a lot in terms of, simple things like read your email. There's instructions in your email.
Take them through
There's,
everything,
the
procedure.
contract. Still, brands today they haven't read their contract. So those are the challenges that it's really babysitting and teaching them a lot on, how you can take your business
but
to the next level.
isn't that also part of cultivating this industry?
No,
this-
100%. I mean, this is what we do in the end. Like, we want to help these small brands grow.
Yeah.
But the challenge is making them understand that it's a lot more than just creating a T-shirt, creating a pants,
and so,
creating
yeah.
a logo. You know what I mean? That's just 10% of what you really have to do. So the challenge for us was really bringing in these brands all together, tell a story that makes sense, because we didn't want to have a mix of a Saudi brand, then a French brand, then you know what I mean. We really wanted to tell the story
The culture.
of the GCC, of the culture that's happening here. Because if you look to Saudi Arabia, for example, a lot of people, when I was scouting brands there back in February, a lot of people didn't know Hypebeast.
Yeah.
But they had the sickest brands, and I was like, where do you get your inspiration from? And they were still on Tumblr, they were still on Pinterest. So it was interesting for me to see that, you know, these brands are out there and growing, but not necessarily following what's happening in the Western world. So that was a challenge, like, okay, how do I communicate to you that Hypebeast is the best platform out there for you to come on board and, you know, reach out globally.
It'll give you a push.
When,
Exactly.
every time.
when they're already good from what they're doing.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So there's a big gap between UAE brands and Saudi brands. I feel like Saudi quality is way better than UAE here, because here I feel like it's still a bit hype driven on what people do.
Yeah.
But in Saudi it's really like they're trying to tell a story. They're passionate into it.
So that's the difference, because the people here
Yeah.
know about these companies, the hype,
exactly.
And Saudi Arabia, the creatives over there, they might not all of them know,
Right.
yet they work their way, you know, in whatever
Exactly.
that they're
No,
doing.
no, exactly.
That's why you see it reflecting in what they're doing.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
that's I mean that's great. But talking about that, creatives or fashion designers overall, how different is it when you first came and today in 2023?
When I came in 2018, there wasn't a lot. No, there was just a couple of brands, handful. I mean, we know them, Precious Trust, Shabab, amazing brands. They were one of the few guys that were pushing the creative side. So it was very minimal. But where we are today, you know, there's a lot of brands. They're coming up every day. But it's easier for brands now to go out and create a piece of, you know, create a garment. So it's growing a lot, and it's growing very fast. So, I mean, you see these companies, they're hiring all these, you know, local artists to collaborate with them because they see the culture's growing. And if they don't jump on it, they'll miss out on the hype, you know what I mean? So it has changed a lot. It's still changing. It's continuously changing, and it's good.
Where do you see it in a couple of years from now?
Oh, where I see it in a
Do you
couple
see
of years.
do you see UAE as the mecca of this in the region? Do
That
you
looks
see that there is a chance,
As,
you know, where creatives over here, they would also start leading
Yeah, yeah.
in that whole region?
No,
Because
definitely.
I personally think there is no country that has, in our region, right, in the Middle East I'm speaking,
Yeah.
that leads still
No,
in that, you know,
no.
it's still open for everybody,
Right, right.
you know, because it's still an emerging region in that,
Right, right.
you know, space as well.
Yeah. No, I feel definitely, look, when we look at UAE, I feel like UAE is definitely a driver for the Middle East because a lot of the brands, they come here, they establish themselves, they set up their company here just so that they can reach out to the rest of the Middle East. You know, you have the Saudis, they come to Dubai, they find brands, and then that brand becomes popular, they take it to Saudi, right?
Yeah, yeah,
so
that's
UAE is definitely a hub to start your business first and then take it all over the GCC. So definitely in a couple of years, this is where we're going.
And oh, sorry to cut you
no,
off,
no, all good.
but concerning, because I was thinking about the fact that you have countries or places like when you go to the States or when you go to the UK, you have like the trap stars, the off-whites. They're very fashion-centric kind of,
Yeah.
and they have their own identities as brands. Do you think that in the region we'll be able to have something like that, or do we actually have something like that now?
I think we have something like that already. I mean, Shabab is a good example.
Okay.
They're really, I mean, they're young guys. They're very driven. They're very motivated, super creative. And with their clothing brand, they're driving that creative, you know, community. They do crazy designs. So Shabab is one of the brands that reaches up to the level of Trap Star and whatever. So they've kind of set the base on what it
established their
means
thing,
to be a community brand, right? So they're one of many to follow. So definitely as people, you know, get educated more, there will definitely more brands will follow, 100%.
And okay, and I want to take it into something that's been almost on every kind of topic and
Okay.
everything every day,
Okay.
which is AI.
Okay.
That's basically being integrated in any type of field that you can consider
right,
in life.
right.
How do you feel, or how do you think that AI can factor into? Because I know Yada's against this whole AI movement that's happening
I don't
right now.
disagree with Riyadh because I feel AI will
Thank you very
definitely.
much. Finally, I have a supporter over here because these guys go against me always. when
Okay,
talking about it.
okay. No, I mean, look, I feel AI will eventually kill creativity.
True.
All you have to do is type a sentence and it will create it for you.
Give
But
me a little.
isn't that kind of helpful though? Like,
It is helpful, but is it genuine?
if
Is it
it's
real?
used as
Is
a
it-
tool,
not a lot
not
of
as a
people
mind
are not
on its
using
Not
own.
a lot of
That's not
people
a
use it
helpful
as
way.
a tool, man. It's just this way it will look. AI is good, okay, it's driving the future, but it's gonna kill creativity because you might have an idea, you tell AI to do it might bring out something that might not represent you.
It might,
But
it
it
might,
looks
but
cool.
it might be better than what you expected it.
But
like,
to
than
you
what
Yeah,
as a
but
had.
creative-
it's not genuine. It doesn't come from you.
True, and I believe
But it
you.
comes,
You know what I
comes
mean?
from a collective information that it gathered. In
Yes, but
AI,
as a
dude.
creative,
Yeah, no, I get it, but
as a creative, I believe you enjoy the process as well.
100%.
It kills the whole process
100%.
for you.
Look, for example, as someone does like graphic art or painting, it's all about feeling. It's all about emotion that you put into your artwork. And AI will never do that.
It takes away from.
It takes
that
away from it.
experience,
So
Joy.
that real feeling you would get looking at a painting, if it's done by someone, it tells a story. But AI is just based on a sentence that I
Yeah.
typed in. You know what I mean? So I feel like eventually it will kill your creativity. A good example is like Fuad, for example, uses ChatGPT for a lot of the things, and I'm like,
Really?
yeah, he
Guilty.
does. I'm not sure I'm
Guilty.
supposed to put him down like this, but
Yes, no, I salute him.
what
I
it
salute him
does,
for it.
it will stop you from thinking, is my email good enough? You know, it will limit you. Like, I can't write emails anymore because I don't know. Can you double check it or whatever? Now it's just copy paste it, drop it in ChatGPT.
Best
It
thing
does
in
it.
life.
You don't even read it anymore. So I feel like it kills your brain, man. I don't use it at all. A lot of my people use it, but I don't use it at all.
I don't.
That's why you're on that
Mackenzie's the heaviest user.
Yeah,
between-
there will be a time that you are going to use it as
No, eventually
Like-
you can't avoid it.
you can't
True.
avoid it.
You
It's the
can't.
evolution. It's a technology
No,
that is
100%.
coming our way.
100%. But let's just hope, it will keep your creativity, that you can still put your emotions, your feeling, your passion into it.
Honestly, from my side, I think we should learn to use it before it starts using us.
No, 100%. No, definitely. I mean, look, these things have
And get
already
ahead of
been
it, you know?
predicted way ahead of time. You had the movie iRobot.
Yeah.
These shits are happening now. You don't know what's
it's
gonna
gonna
happen.
get, it's
bro.
gonna get scary. in
I
the next
said
few
the
years.
100%.
same thing in our last episode.
100%. So I don't know. Let's see, man. But how I see it now today, it's a creativity killer.
Going back to Bragg, the event, tell us about your space that you have over here.
Okay, so we have Pop. Pop is basically a platform where we provide for local brands or new and up-and-coming designers to reach out to an audience they never thought was possible.
We've seen, and I've been to the pop-ups that you've done.
Ah, yes, to the
Let's
two
start
pop
from
events.
there, and
Okay, so to take you back to the beginning, I wanted to build a platform kind of similar to a Farfetch, but for local brands to come in and sell their product. We do all the marketing, we'll get you the audience. Because for brands, it's really difficult to go to a store and be like, yo, I have a brand, can I sell my product at your store? If you just started, every store will tell you no. Because you don't have a following, your product is new, how is your quality? So it's very difficult. So I wanted to prove this concept just by throwing an event first. And I went to Fuad, I was like, yo, I have this idea where we just do a community event. We bring all these local artists and brands on board, and let's just see how it goes. Obviously, Fuad with his connections made the crazy things happen. We were the first ones to do these kind of event in front of Burj Khalifa with public, which was insane, which kind of showed like, okay, the artists are new, the brand doesn't exist, but our community is willing to go out and learn more about these brands and then purchase from these brands.
Yeah.
Right? So we got about less than 1,000 people coming to the first event. We did the whole event in about 3 days, from concept development to actual execution, which was a bit ambitious of us, but we made it happen. And then we did the second one in front of Museum of the Future in collaboration with Salt as well.
I DJ'd there, and I was on the cover. GQ magazine, I have to put it out there.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Slightly.
we got crazy news coverage. Actually, from there on out, it blew up because we were the first one to do it at this scale as well.
Okay.
Obviously, GXR Records came through with their artists. They did a crazy lineup. Then we had about 20 local brands, about 20 local artists to do graffiti and stuff. So from there, it really blew up.
Yeah.
And then we saw, okay, there's really a need for this. So let's just continue it like every month or every 2 months. And that's why we're here in Pop today, because it's not cheap for, new brands to come in, build their booth and drop that kind of investment.
Yeah.
So from our side, we dropped the money for these brands to come in. We're doing this
So
absolutely
you mostly
free.
provided the area for those brands. as
Exactly.
well.
For these brands, we don't take anything. It's 100% free. They take, all the money.
Wow. Okay.
We're just
That's-
doing this because we have
that's
a
good.
passion for it, and we want to help these people grow and really get out in the region and show what's out there.
That's very rare. To
Yeah.
actually
On the
have.
same topic, what kind of advices do you give to the local brands and local artists? Like, because
So-
you spoke.
what a lot of these local artists don't know is the lack of identity that they might not have. It's a lot of copy paste that does happen.
Okay.
But I always tell them, look at yourself, see what you like, and just keep doing that. Don't try to copy another brand because it's popular, because that's not you. You know, so always stick to you, stick what you want to do, see what you like, and just put that on a t-shirt or whatever, and just keep promoting that out. I've been working on a brand called Basement Lab for about 10 years.
It's called what?
Basement Lab.
Okay.
I've never released anything till today. You can find it in Pop. But I was always very skeptical because I was doing that same thing. I was copying other brands. And I was like, but this is not me. You know what I mean? But now today I've created something that I want to wear every day. And it's working for me. No matter the criticism you get, just keep doing what you're doing. Because in the end, these people don't pay your bills.
Yeah.
You know, they're just an opinion. So you just follow how you feel like it.
And whatever you like, basically whatever you do, you're gonna find your people. You're
Exactly.
gonna find the people who are
Exactly.
gonna support you and love.
100%.
what you do.
That's right.
Bred, as an event, where do you see it affecting on the culture on a long term?
I feel like this is something that was definitely needed.
In Abu
I
Dhabi
mean,
especially.
we have it in Dubai,
Yeah.
but it's not enough
True.
because the culture
True.
here is growing.
True.
You know, and just waiting a whole year for one event, it's not
It's a
enough.
very long
man.
time.
True.
We gotta have it more times during the year. Now we have it just before summer.
But the weather, bro.
I mean,
How
look,
can
I
you,
mean,
man?
the weather so far is good.
it's good. Like now we're in April. It's not
This was
too
a
hot.
lucky year, by the way.
Yeah.
Like we're lucky this year.
It is. But look, there's gonna be ways for us to tackle the weather issue. Maybe next time it's gonna be indoor, right? But we definitely need
I'd rather
something
not, to
that's.
be honest, to be indoor.
It depends how you do it. Because if you look at, for example, ComplexCon,
Yes. Yes.
it's amazing.
Yes.
It's all indoor,
Yeah.
right? So why can't we do that?
I love it outside. I'm a very
But
outdoor person.
not in summer when it's 50
Yeah,
degrees,
yeah,
bro.
I'm not saying in summer.
You know what I
I'm not
mean?
saying in summer, of course.
But we need something in summer,
Uh,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that
we do.
version that's gonna happen in the summer can be in indoor and
Indoors,
Exactly.
yeah,
and
but
then-
not, with
Exactly.
that, yeah, I agree.
planning to
But
do it
Bred
twice
now
a year.
being kind of equal to what's happening in Dubai, it's definitely kind of shocked the culture. Like, yo, it's growing. More of these people want to do this.
And it's
Um,
because it focuses as well in creatives in Abu Dhabi.
100%.
And there has been many.
There's
over
been
here.
many. There's
Yeah.
been many. I mean,
And it was so quick.
Yeah.
It like what, a couple of months for
yeah, I think the whole setup happened in less than 2 months. We started the conversations. Yeah, I came on board with Bragg in February.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of back and forth trying to make this happen, and alhamdulillah, we're here today. It's amazing. So it's definitely good for the culture. It shows that it's growing rapidly fast.
Yeah.
And hopefully we continue to do this every year for Bred.
Amen.
Definitely.
And I hope for many more events to come, man. I want more entities, more brands to come in and do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know, don't wait for these big platforms to come out for you to do something. You know, host your own events.
do it.
bring
Get it
together-
done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Give these creatives as well too many chances.
100%. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Fahem, there's so much for us to be talking about.
I
We're
mean,
gonna,
it's
you
just
know,
the beginning, bro.
little time, of course. We're gonna do that again and
100%.
again.
100%.
It's a pleasure having you here with us today.
No, I appreciate you guys for having me. This is my first podcast.
Yo,
So
really?
I'll always remember this one. You know, so.
خلاص من الخالدية للعالمية. Never forget that. Freak said that.
All right,
But
cool.
anyway. But yo, anything you wanna add as a closing before we shout outs? Anything?
I mean, of course, I want to shout out my team,
Uh-huh.
Fawad and Raha.
Go ahead.
You know, they brought me where I am today. I'm very blessed to meet these people. I see them now as my family. And with them together, we're going to do big things, man.
Amen.
So shout out to them. Much
Can't
love
wait
to
to see
them.
it, man.
Amen,
Can't
man.
wait to see it.
And for closing, we want to shout out High Beast, Bragg,
100%.
Bred,
DCT.
JXR Racer for putting this space for us as well. Special shout out to Al over here, helping us every day with this quick setup.
Could not be done without it.
Exactly, 100%. There's plenty, and today is gonna be wild as
It's
well,
going to be insane. Are you guys looking forward to Black?
bro. And I'm looking forward for Heady One, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm
fair
gonna be
enough.
there for Black,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Heady One is my guy.
All right,
So,
good.
so. Anyway, this was everything from the first session today from the Flamingos podcast. This is Yad,
Kanzi on the mic.
And a whoop.
and this was Fahem with us. Thank you guys. See you later.
Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.